Hey guys, this is JB3 and we are back with another episode of FIFA World Academy where we take one player from every country, put them on one team and see if we can bring them to the Champions League. We are here for our end of the season review and you can see through some of the little placards there, Lazio has won the Europa League. And we'll go through some of the stats, we'll go through some of the other leagues, see what happened, and then we'll move on into the offseason and see if we can build this team for the second level of the Bundesliga and see how we can compete in the league above. So we'll start with the player stats. We'll go through the top scorers here in the league. Unfortunately, McKeith was unable to win the Golden Boot, and maybe it had a little bit to do with not playing as many games as some of the other players here. You can see some of the other players on 38 matches. McKeith only on 28, but still had 14 goals. So maybe does he score 4 goals in 10 games? Maybe we cost him by rotating the squad, but we are trying to build it for the Champions League. So he's a team player. He'll be all right with that. It also doesn't help that his partner there, Fitzpatrick, sitting in 10th with 12 goals in 27 matches. And I don't know if we had anyone else. I don't think we did. I think maybe we had a couple other players maybe on 9 or 10. But we got close, but still a good output for Braunschweig. We'll move over to the top assist man, and it is Fitzpatrick, who is probably laying up a lot of those assists to McKeith. He had 14 assists in 27 matches. We have Orella there with 9 assists in 28 matches. Granted, a lot of those were from set pieces. We had a lot of set pieces go in this year, which was really nice to see. And we see Renaud and McKeith, each with 7 in 26 and 28 matches, respectively. And that might be it for us. It is. So we'll move on to the goalkeepers. Clean sheets here, not a lot of them. Alturk has 6 in 25 matches, well off the pace. So I think that's something we have to work on here for next season, is just getting our defense a little bit better. But some good stats. Now we'll go over and take a look at the team stats and see how everyone on our team did. So obviously it's McKeith with the leading goal scorer with 14, Fitzpatrick with 12, which we saw, and then we have Renaud, who put in 9 on 26 matches, Alfie Mason with 7 on 27, so good for him. Kobayashi started hot but cooled off towards the end with 6, and then we'll take a look at some of the assists here. We have Fitzpatrick on 14, Orella on 9, McKeith on 7, Renaud on 7, so a lot of decent assist players here. A lot of players playing well, so we'll take a look at that. And the one thing I do want to point out, one thing that we really want to pride ourselves here with the season here is we were able to get everyone into the game. Even Hurtado, who isn't really that great, but came on late, we still got 2 appearances, and that's the one thing we want to focus on. Yeah, we want to get a player from every country on the roster. That's the goal. But we want to make sure each one of them actually plays. We don't want to get, just sign a player just to fill a country slot. We want to make sure everyone gets in here and plays, and we had everyone pretty much on 10 appearances, give or take. Maybe some of the players that came in halfway through the season didn't have as much, but even the goalkeepers, Clucci on 5. We had Fuentes come in late, do 5, and Bastos with 6. So that's what we look at. We'll take a look at the other leagues and see how everyone else played out outside of the Bundesliga here in the 3rd division. So in the Bundesliga, we do have Bayern Munich on 77 points, taking the crown yet again. No surprise there. Dortmund chasing them 4 points off with 73. No one else really coming close. And we'll take a look at who may be relegated, who we may be facing here. So we got Union Berlin. I'm not sure how the relegation works, so I think it's the bottom 3 teams. So we'll take a look, and maybe some of these players, your teams will be coming up next year. And we'll take a look at the Bundesliga 2, where we'll be next year as well. It'll be Hamburg getting out of it, going back to the top flight once again after being relegated. And we see some of the other players. So, decent points here. This is where we'll look, maybe kind of see what we have to do. 70 points was the champion. So 8 losses and 4 draws. So we'll see ourselves, maybe we can do it. Maybe we can do the double and go up twice and go straight through it, but we'll have to see how we go. We'll have to see how we can compete against some of these teams, but 60 odd points should put us in competition. I don't even know where we'll stand. We'll have to take a look at the teams and the ratings as we get a little bit closer through the offseason before we go on and do that. So representing Venezuela will be Abelelo Lucero, who looks to be hopefully a big center back, although I bet he's going to be a central defensive midfielder, but we'll probably drop him. 56 to 76 overall, valuation of almost $1 million with 78 to 94 potential. So we're here in Nigeria, and we'll have to clear out some space in the academy for one of these boys here. But wanted to show you kind of the thing that we're struggling here with. We have Andrew Monye, who looks to be probably a winger or a midfielder, 5'7", 51 to 69 overall, but not a great potential at 62 to 86. But his evaluation is at 500,000. But we also have Christopher Babayaro, 50 to 68, looks to be a good defensive player, 69 to 94 potential, but the evaluation's only at 350. But I think with that extra little bit of, extra little bump in the potential, I think he's worth taking a chance on. So we'll bring him in, but first, let's get in and clear out some space in the Youth Academy. So we're here in the Youth Academy, and we're going to need to clear out at least 2 spaces. So, maybe it'll be some cuts for some players here. We have Danilo Mancella, so we'll wait on him. His overall's really good at 61, but that potential, I got to see where that goes before we bring him in. We'll also have Brent Henry. It'll be 75 to 93, 58 overall. Harold Roning, 54 overall. We're still waiting on that overall to go up, but we don't know what'll happen there. We also have the Sun Hee So. Still waiting on maybe that potential closing down a little bit. Abelilo Lucero, who we just signed in from Venezuela, he'll come in right away. 78 to 94. Looks to be, like I said, central defensive midfielder. We also have Mads Hansen, whose potential is not going to get any better. So let's bring him in. His overall's at 56 already. Another central midfielder for us. Joaquin Hurtado, decent potential, still need that overall, and we have a lot of players at his position, so we're going to wait on him. We have Johannes Martsen, 64 to 80, another striker. I think we're going to release him, and we'll just try Sweden yet again. And then we have some other players here who have low overalls, but the potentials are just a little bit worth it. I think we will let go of Vorobyev. 48 overall is just going to take too long. And we'll go back to Russia as well. We have Liam Berry, who we're still waiting on, maybe to cross to 16 years old. Maitev Dolazal still waiting on 16. And then we have Milas Novak, another striker at 48, but the potential is a little bit there, still there at 85. We'll wait on him. And then we have Josep Lakvik, who we're still waiting on that overall to come up a little bit here from Croatia, the right back. And so we are here in the Netherlands. It will be our final report here, or our only report here, and this is where we get stuck. We do have Rodney, who is a 6'5" goalkeeper, great potential, great overall stats, and he's $600,000 of evaluation. We have Edwin de Veers, who has decent potential, but low overall, 6'2", but we have 3 goalkeepers, and we're trying to rotate maybe 3 teams. Do we bring in Rodney and maybe see one of our other goalkeepers out? I think that's going to be the move. We'll bring in Rodney, who may beat out one of these other goalkeepers, and maybe we'll have to go back and find maybe an outfield player, or maybe we'll stick with 4 goalkeepers. Let's see how it goes. We'll bring in Rodney to the Youth Academy. So we're here for our first preseason game of the year. It will be the starters going out in this one, seeing if we can get an early win, and we do. We pick up a 2-0 victory. And we have our second preseason game. The starters will go out again, see if we can take an early lead in the group stage. And they take a 3-0 victory this time. Iadama, Wojak, and Orella putting in goals. And we're here for our third preseason matchup. The backups go out in this one, and it's a 1-1 draw. And in the knockout round, we'll send out the backups and see how they do in this preseason matchup. See if they can get a victory. And it's a 2-0 victory. Castaneda and Basil putting in the goals. So we have a transfer offer here for Bretanu. His evaluation is up to 560, and I don't mind Bretanu, but I think we can do better. I just don't think he's going to last with us for long term, so we will delegate this one, see if we can just get a little bit more for him here, see if maybe we can get a little extra cash. We'll go up to 590, and we'll see if we can sell him on. So we have an agreement for Bretanu. It's $550,000, so we'll see him out of the club. And then we have Hurtado, who, really just doesn't have the potential, so I don't really want to stick him around. $230,000, that's kind of his evaluation. We'll send him on. And we're here in the preseason final. Let's see if we can get a victory. The starters roll out. And we lose on penalties, 5-4. It's a tough one as Aurelio puts in 2 goals. So Bretanu has been sold, $375,000 to the transfer budget, and Hurtado leaves for $230,000, another $160,000 added to the budget. So we have a transfer offer for Basil Santillanidis, and I'm not sure what his potential is. We're trying to get to 60 overall. So what I'll do is I'll delegate that out. $290,000. I think we can get maybe just a little bit more for him. We'll go 330. Yeah, let's go 340. See if we 350. 350. Let's see if we can get a little bit of money out of him. I don't know what potential he has. He's an exciting player to play with, but just doesn't have that potential that we're looking for here out of our youth academy. So we have an agreement for Basil. It's $350,000, so we will see him out of the club and off to Northampton. And so we've reached our point where we are ready for the new season, and we'll go through our transfer hub. We do have a couple players here from Argentina, which would replace Castaneda if you guys think we should. Make sure you drop it down in the comments. I'm not sure what we should do here. I like Castaneda. I think he's a good little cam there in front behind, or right in behind the striker up front there. But we have some good players that could really fill a role at the defensive back line there. We got Nicholas Rodriguez, who's 6 foot, could play CDM or could play center back. We also have Angelahara, who's a right back, 6'2", big body, good attacking work rate, which, not that important, medium for Nicholas. You guys let me know what you guys think of them. We also have the left mid here from South Africa, but we have Needy, who looks like he could be a decent player there as soon as he gets his overall up, but a good high attacking work rate. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. I think we will... I don't even think I was going to bring in Krellis here, but he does not... We have that goalkeeper that we just brought in from the Netherlands, so I think I'll hold off on him. We have Hoosman Hedlund, who could play center forward or a left winger from Sweden and fill a role until maybe we find someone else. And then we have Raul Karkaris, but he's another midfielder. We don't really need that. And then other than that, we don't have much, but you guys let me know what you guys think. Maybe we'll make some changes here in the transfer window, or maybe in the January transfer window if you guys think. But any players you guys see here that you think we should bring in, make sure to drop it down in the comments. And, maybe we'll bring them in at some point throughout the seasons. So guys, this is where we will end, and tomorrow we will get the Bundesliga 2 underway against Kiel. So it'll be an early start to the season here in August, and now you'll also see we do have the German competition, the FA Cup equivalent here coming up, so it will be an exciting one. We'll get to play Munich again, so some more games, some more times for the players to run out, get a little bit more of action, a little more growth as we get more appearances into them. But guys, that'll do it for us here in this one. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you can always find out when the newest episodes are coming out. And until next time, guys, have a good one.